Hello, my fellow coders. Welcome back to thinkInCode. And today we are going to start with a new section on loops. So before starting with anything, what are loops? So to keep it in a technical definition, what we can say about loop is a loop is a programming structure that repeats a block of code multiple times. Basically, what it means is instead of writing the same code again and again, we tell computer to keep doing that task until a condition changes. So we programmers are lazy people, and when we have to do something multiple times, we make it easy. For example, if we have to print hello world and we have to do it 5 times, see, this is how you can print hello world 5 times. But what if we want to do it 100 times? It's gonna be hard. So us programmers, like I said, lazy people, I didn't even write those 5 hello worlds all by myself. I copy and pasted it. That's why we use loops to keep doing the same task until a condition changes. So there are 2 types of loop in Python, while loop and for loop. And today we are going to be primarily focusing on while loop. And in the next video, we are going to talk about for loop. So loop itself is not a tough topic. So for basic syntax, what we can do here is simple. While condition, then we'll do code, whatever code block is inside here. So also, like in if else, we need to remember about the indentations. So now let's look at an example. A basic example to understand while loop better would be printing till 5. So one way we can do it is basic print 1, print 2, print 3, print 4, and print 5. So this is a basic way. If you print it, you will get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But what if you want to do it in a single line of code? You don't want to repeat yourself. If I want 100 numbers, we can't do that. So that's why we are gonna use a while loop. First, let's declare a variable num. Num will be 1. So while we do that, now let's start while num is less than or equals to 5, then print num, and num plus equals to 1. So let me explain this. As long as this statement is false, the code keeps repeating itself. So as we said above, keep doing the task until a condition changes. See, as long as this statement is false, the code keeps repeating itself. And when the condition changes to true, it will stop. Like it said, until a condition changes. Until a condition changes to true, it will keep running. So what we did is print number. We printed this number and then we added 1 to whatever the number had become. So first let's run this, and then there is a small animation that I made to explain this better. So as you can see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let's look at the animation. As you can see, we got a variable num1. We got num variable. While runs, it is true, condition is true. That's why we output number 1. And when we add num plus 1, the num becomes 2. The condition is still true. We print 2. 3, 3. Condition, and then output. In similar way, it will run till the condition is true. But at one point, the condition will be false, right? So as you can see, we are at 5, and 5 is smaller or equal to 5. So that's why we printed this. But number 6, the condition changes to false. So condition false. Loop stops in while loop. Now, let me give you a very fun exercise to help you understand loop, while loop. Let's take a password. We'll take a password from a user until and unless they give us the right answer. What we can do is password equals to, let's create a empty variable. Now let's do while password does not equal to Python 123. Then we'll keep running this. Password equals to input password. We'll keep asking for password. And when the loop stops, we'll print access granted. So what we are doing is we are checking if the password is equals to or not to Python 123. Then if it is equal to Python 123, then we will say access granted. If not, we will keep asking for password. Now let's run, enter password. Let's type Python. Oh no, that's not it. We can do something more. We can do print wrong password, and now we can rerun it. Stop and rerun. So Python wrong password, enter password. So we can do 1, 2, 3 wrong password. Now we do Python 1, 2, 3 access granted, but we got wrong password again. So usually it's better not to do this, or we can keep it inside a condition. What we can do here is if password does not equal to Python 123, then run this, then only run this. Okay, now if we run it again and if we do Python, we got wrong passport 123, wrong passport. Now Python 123, no wrong passport, we just got access granted. So that's how you use a if-else condition while using a while loop. So now we have a certain two things we need to remember: break and continue. Break helps stop a loop manually. A break helps stop a loop manually, while continue helps skipping an iteration. Skipping an iteration. So what is an iteration? Iteration is like each time your code runs, each time a loop runs, it's a iteration. You can think of it like one loop equals to one iteration. So that is iteration. So let's start with the example for break. While true, name equals to input, enter your name, type exit to stop, right? This is a while loop. Now, if I do if name equals to exit, then we will break the code. We'll stop the code here. If not, what we can do here is print hello, space, hello, no space needed, name. So this is a code. Now, if we do this, right, if we run, so while true means it will run for infinity, right? It will keep running and running and running and running and running. But what we did is if name equals to exit, then we will break the code. So what does break do? Break help us stop our loop manually. So let's say name is thinkInCode. Now see, we got the code is running, but I want to stop it. So I will type exit. So the code exited because we hit a break here. So that's how you use break. Now, what about continue? What we can do to understand continue is a simple example. Let's say we have a question, print 1, 2, 5, but skip number 3. So what we want here is 1, 2, 4, 5. Now, how do we do that? Let's see. While let's first start with the num equals to 0. While num is less than 5, we print num plus 1, and then we'll print, we will only print if it is not 3. So if num equals to 3, then we'll do continue. So now if we do a break here, it will stop at number 3. But if we do continue, it will skip this and run towards another iteration. It will skip an iteration and run again. So we'll do print num. So what will happen is it will run till 1, 2, 3, and when it sees 3, it will skip this iteration and it won't print this, and then it will move back up and start printing 4 and 5. So that's how you use continue. Now, one major issue everyone falls into is infinite loop. Well, sometimes infinite loop will break your computer. So I'm sorry if it will break my computer, but let's see. Num equals 1, while num is less than or equals to 5. Now we'll print num, and let's suppose I forgot num plus equals 1. That means I forgot to change the num variable, and it will always stay 1, and it will always be less than or equals to 5. So see, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, it will keep running. So to stop this, you can do control C. Yeah, control C, and it will stop right here. So see, my computer almost broke. So it will run for infinity. So that's why always remember to change the variable or add a break statement when you are using while loops. So that is it for today, and thank you for watching the full video. There are some practice questions and student notes on the link in the description below. So next time we'll be learning about for loop. So stay tuned. Happy coding. Keep coding.